Shalom, Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Shab, Bashim Chakadash, the honors to the elders of GMS Ruel. So it takes you out, get out there putting this word true sincerity, risking freedom in your life to do so. This is a little funny for me, but this is a clear representation of, how Babylon is going out, man. Babylon is going out with a bang, 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 baby. So far as the infrastructure, so far as the minds of the people, just everything about, Babylon is starting to show itself negatively and affect everyday, day-to-day interactions in society. Okay, as you can see, man, society is crumbling before your eyes. There's no throne, there's no future. So I'm gonna read a little bit of why I'm laughing. Okay, as you can see from the picture, it's one of God's creations. The Most High Yahweh Shema Shah's creations. And they seem to be a pest in major cities, specifically New York. So it says rats besiege New York Chipotle, eating avocados and attacking staff. Okay, this is the Lord deals with sending plagues and the interruptions, as we like to call it in society, to where the Lord has sent certain beasts like locusts, not beasts but bugs like locusts, or send lions amongst you, or if he wants to be grievous, he can send rats and shit that infest your businesses and your dwelling places, or a frog in the time of Egypt. You see, so I believe this is one of the plagues of the Lord. So it says rodents were so brazen meaning bold, that the Washington Heights location closed after wiring system would shoot through. Godly. And it says, as columnist Mary Schimes once said, in life, there are certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander, and I'm going to add one. You can always count on New York for a good old rat story. Today, that story is Upper Manhattan, Chipotle food chain rats, who have been feasting on avocados and burritos, and by the sounds of it, disturb staff. At first glance, it might sound like small potatoes compared to when the CDC had to warn against New York's cannibal rats. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Apparently they got some cannibal rats. Wow, look at that. It's the plagues of the Lord. It says during the pandemic, because the rats didn't have no food. You see, during regular society, you have businesses flourishing, food being thrown out on the street and black bags, and rats would usually come overnight and go dig through the bags and get their food and, scurry away. But since there's nobody around, what happens? They're going to start eating each other, or they're going to start attacking people. You see? As everybody needs to eat, even animals. So it says, nor does it sound quite as frightful as starved super rats so desperate to dine out that they threw themselves at horrified New Yorkers who were dining al fresco. No, today's rats have been running amok at Washington Heights Chipotle, attacking employees, chewing through wiring systems, and causing the indefinite closure of a restaurant to the public. It's pure chaos every time a rat appears. Employee Melvin Polano told the New York Post, speaking of the brazen behavior of the rats. Although the restaurant is closed, staff are still regularly coming in to clean in an effort to help starve the infestation. This includes some pretty serious survival tactics, including stomping rats and whacking them with broom handles. Yo, this is funny. This is funny. Isaiah 47 verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. Okay, man, because come on, man. If you had a throne that was worth anything, you wouldn't have to beat a rat to death with a broom handle, you see? Or stomp him to death. You see? Because the Most High is strategically bringing this place down. So I'm going to read the whole thing. It says, the infestation was first discovered in the summer when avocados were found partly eaten and bags of rice bitten through. The rats seem to have developed the same expensive taste for avocados as many New Yorkers. They liked them so much, Chipotle even eventually had to move the fruit to the freezer to keep the rats at bay. According to the Post, Chipotle closed the location only after the rats chewed through the wiring of the computer system so badly they could no longer handle orders. This article, and it stands first, and look at that. People were getting their orders from this place that was infested with rats. This is the glory of Babylon. This is the glory of the Chaldeans, man. You see? And it says the article and in Stanford was amended on 10 December 2020. An early version described the Chipotle restaurant as being in Upper West Side. This has been corrected to Washington Heights, right? Right. So, let me see. Right, so that was it on this article, man. Right, so I read that again. Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. You know, people come from other countries to America, and they say this is tender and delicate place. But then you look at it, man, you like Chipotle, one of the most prominent, well-loved restaurants all across America. And New York, which is supposed to be the Big Apple, the hub, is infested with rats. So much that they have to take drastic measures in stomping and beating it with broom handles just to kill them. What is that saying, man? There is no throne. They should no longer be called tender and delicate. And this is one of the plays that the Lord is putting upon, you people, because the Lord is sick and tired of being sick and tired of the wickedness that's going on here in America, especially in New York, where they got all type of filth. Okay, it says, verse 2, take thy mill, grind mill, cover thy locks, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers, meaning make yourself naked, meaning expose you, meaning to be shamed. A woman loses her top. Like a perfect example was Janet Jackson when Justin Timberlake accidentally, took off her top during I believe the VMAs, and the first thing she did was cover her chest, because when you're naked in the public eye, a lot of times you feel ashamed because you're going to receive scrutiny for it. So Janet Jackson's first reaction was to put her hand over her chest. Why? Because nakedness is the shame of a person, not only of a person but a nation or a kingdom, i.e. Babylon the Great. All right, and it says, so this is giving an example of exposing itself, and it said, verse 3, thy nakedness should be uncovered, yea, thy shame should be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man. That's right. So when the Lord Yahweh, when the Heavenly Father sends the Lord Yahweh Shah back on earth, he's not going to meet Esau Edom as a man. He's going to meet him as a grave threat, and that's the reason why they got a national space defense program. It's not to fight in space, but to fight against space invaders. Okay, meaning Salakia, meaning the Lord and the angels. You see, Isaiah 19 verse 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. You see, and they can't seem to fix the rodent problem. They can't seem to fix that economic problem. No problems that befallen this country, man, because it's done. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, even as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And that's a perfect representation of what's going on. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem El Shah, Bashem Chakadas, the honor to the elders, I'll say